let's bring you guys to Le Kitchen. Oh, listen to that sound quality. It's so good. Yeah. All right. Hi, those of you just walked in. We're heading into the kitchen. We're going to make some food. All right. Just going to turn this down a smidge because it gets a little peaky with the camera mic. All right, let's go. Come on. We just got to turn this light on. Whoa, dungeon. Scary. How'd that get here? All right. We got to go on this tripod here. So this is the picture frame Rosie was working on earlier and getting quite frustrated. What happened was one of the corners broke, and she was really pissed off. She thought it basically destroyed the frame. And I was like, no, it's okay. Like it fits together. We can fix it with just a spot of glue. So we'll do that when we can afford to buy glue. Anyway, here we go. Oh, hi. Hold on. I just gotta move the music stand out. I don't know why it's all the way over here. Anyway, let's put it there. Beautiful. And then bring you guys over here. So first things first, gotta do a little kitchen tidy because, you know, that's often how these streams begin. So, whoops. Just going to there. All right. Good. Excellent. So we don't have to do a ton of prep this time because we're just doing meaty pasta. So what it's going to be is we got a nice big tube of ground beef here. This will be used for the sauce, all of it. This is 1.36 kilograms of lean ground beef. Have 2 jars of sauce here. It's the traditional Italian sauce from Western Family. And to add to that, we have some herbs and spices, diced tomatoes, and 2 cans of sliced mushrooms, and 750 grams of frozen peas and carrots. So there you go. And the pasta that we'll be using is this cavatappi, which is kind of like, if you think of it, kind of like penne, but it's like twisted into a spiral. So that's basically what that's like. It's really good for meaty pasta. Lots of places for the meat to get stuck in the grooves and stuff. And this is 500 grams. We're going to be making a full kilogram of pasta. So there you go. And that should make a nice big batch that'll give us lots of leftovers. But first things first, we got to tidy up this kitchen a little bit. So I think we just need to empty this out. And then fill it up again. We're not going to run it right away because I actually want to use one of the bowls for our food. So we're just going to rinse that out a little bit here. I do have the sound turned up over there, by the way, so I should hear if you guys drop any more donos or anything. Trying to get as many extra hours as we can. And we got sufficient extra hours, and I'm cooking a big pile of food here to kind of help keep me going. So, and you guys get an impromptu cooking stream out of it too. So hey, score. These are little ice cream bowls, by the way. There's only 2 left. Rosie, there was ones that all correspond to the colors of the spoons. So we got 4 spoons. We got purple, pink, blue, and green. Green at this end, purple at the other end. For those of you who can't quite see that, or if the colors don't look good. Anyway, there's only 2 left. So Rosie melted one by trying to make a chocolate bar by melting chocolate in one of these in the microwave for like forever. All it did was melt the bowl and wreck it, so that was junked. And then the other one was a green one that I took out of the dishwasher the other day, and there was a split right down the middle, so useless. So these are the only 2 that remain, the purple and the pink. So what can you do, huh? What can you do, huh? These tumblers are nice, but they're Bacardi tumblers, but they have this grooved bottom, so whenever I do them in the dishwasher, there's like a pool of water in there. But they are very nice tumblers. There's really no way to angle them so that the water runs out. It's just always going to be that way. So that's fine. That's why dish towels exist. What? Hello? Okay, now why do I only have one of these, but 3 lids? That's weird. So by the way, that strawberry plant that Rosie got the other day, it's in my room. So I guess she figured there was no way she could keep the cat away from it, so less chance he'll get into it if it's in my room. So, that's that. Not a ton of dishes this time. They're just kind of spread around, so I want to rank finagle them under control, you know. Put them all in there, and then I'll run a load overnight. There we go. We still do have a couple of stir fries left as well. Make sure to make a big batch of that. Would have been a little bigger, except Rosie ate one of the peppers, so I had one pepper left. And we didn't have any onions. We usually have onions. Usually cut up a couple of onions for one of those, but nope, didn't have any. Forgot to get them, so that was that. I have to say though, I am really liking the stir fry with that brown rice. That is tasty. Oh yeah. Just feels so, you know, natural when you eat it. Now, I guess I can put this one in there. Else and put that one in there. Okay. Then we have some plates that we need to scrape off. Yeah, I really should have saved that rice, but oh well. Usually I do if I see that Rosie hasn't finished all of her rice with leftovers. I'll just kind of scrape it off and put it back into the leftovers. And then have a little extra rice as mine or something, right? Waste not, want not, right? So, but sometimes I forget. What can you do, huh? What can you do? From our steak the other night. That was really good, by the way. Use that steakhouse marinade. What's it called again? Here. Signature Steakhouse, that's what it is. From Clubhouse, La Grill. Really good, very tasty. Very similar to the Montreal steak spice, but with a little less sort of heat to it. Montreal steak spice has a bit of bite to it. It's quite good. It's not like super spicy or anything, but it does have some bite to it. And that is very similar, but a little milder, a little sweeter. Both are very good. I recommend both of them. Nice. What do we got in here? We have 1 quart. Alright, so we're going to keep this spoon, I guess. Okay, so this will be our pasta bowl. I'm going to wipe out these pans and stuff here because we're going to need some of them. We're going to need this one for the noodles. This is the big one. Now, these still on from the steak the other night. Just letting it soak. Of course, the marinade is kind of like barbecue sauce, and it tends to stick to the pan a little bit. So you just soak it up. Some water. And it just scrapes right off. It's also a non-stick pan, so I could probably just pick it off normally, but I prefer to just soak it for a bit, and then it just comes off nice and easy. Comes off like Clairol, nice and easy. Yeah. Alrighty. Do. Getting to the point where the hair is starting to get in my mouth sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Just get out of my mouth. Out of my mouth. That's what she said. Oh, mercy. Oh, we forgot a couple. Alright. And then here we go. Okay, so that is loaded up. Another whisk. Whisk. In there. Put this in there. I guess we actually could almost run this. I might just wash this and another couple of these. I know where to put them now. Well, actually, if we put them, some of these down here, maybe. Yeah. We should have room for one more, I think. Lids? No, I guess that's why we had more lids, because we used the containers for strawberries. So I don't know if, well, no, we would just use the container, then we wouldn't use the lid, would we? So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know why there was an imbalance between lids and thingies. Alright. So, first things first, let's get our water boiling and let's get our ground beef going. Okay. Need anything from here? No. Okay. Move this stuff. First things first, just gonna fill this up. Need a fair amount of water because that's a fair amount of pasta. That should be good. Just going to get that boiling. And we'll get the ground beef on, and then we'll make our coffee. Well, actually, why don't we just get the coffee going right now since you guys are facing this way. And then I'll have coffee sooner. Right? So you can see how long my hair actually is now from this angle. It's not as obvious, I find, in the usual angle. It kind of gets lost in the darkness behind me. But here you can see. That's right. Eat your heart out, lady from the smoke pit 10 years ago. Island of Hope. Fuck that noise. Oh, but I don't hold grudges at all. I'm not bitter at all. No. Never. Just remember, you ever do me dirty, I may forgive, but I never forget. So you do me dirty, I may forgive you, I may let you back in my life, but know that you're not going to get me with the same trick twice. So, know that I will be on high alert with you, at least for a little while. Until I discover whether or not I can, or determine whether or not I can trust you. Yeah, if someone breaks my trust, that's something that you got to show some serious effort if you want me to ever trust you again. I mean, I get it. People make mistakes. We're only human. And that's why I tend to have a forgiving nature, because I know I'm not perfect. But sometimes people just keep repeating the same patterns. So then it's, well, I guess it's not a mistake. This is just who you are. Not even a mistake. You're fully aware of what you're doing and how it's affecting people, and you just carry on anyway. So, yeah, I don't have time for people like that in my life. Too much drama. Trying to keep it a drama-free zone here, folks. If you're gonna come into my life, don't fucking bring drama. Thanks for the follow, whoever you are. I'm in another room. I can't actually see the screen right now, but I can hear the sounds. Let's get the coffee going. I'll go double check the chat. I haven't checked up on you guys for a while. Gotta make sure you're all behaving now. Coffee is on, water is slowly boiling. was a bug. I stepped on it. What's on the menu? Well, I think that says in the title, doesn't it? Anyway, for those who missed it, we're doing meaty pasta meal prep. We're making a big batch of meaty pasta. Got ground beef. Got 2 jars of sauce. Some diced tomatoes. Some mushrooms. 3/4 of a kilo of peas and carrots. And a full kilo of cavatappi pasta, also known as tortiglione, also known as Scooby-Doo. I don't know why it goes by so many names. All I know is I like it. Especially for meaty pasta. That's Scooby-Doo with 1 O on the do, by the way, so they can't get sued. I don't know why, it seems like almost every other brand, if they have that type, they call it something else, so I don't actually know what the official name is for it. If there even is one, I don't know. But I've seen it by those 3 names, and they are all clearly the exact same pasta, so I don't know, maybe one's slightly smaller, one's slightly bigger maybe, I don't know. Because you know, you got penne lisse, which is the smooth, then you got penne rigate, which is the one with the ridges. I always get the one with the ridges. Alright, well, let's bring you guys over to the stove here. Just gotta get you up above. Just bringing the wire over the fridge here, so there we go. And I think we have everything we need from within the fridge. So that's good. Let's get you guys settled here. This is where all the action is. Yeah. Alright. So, let me just check and see what you can see. Yeah, I need you over this way a little bit more. And up a bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is where the main action will be anyway, because this is where I'm making the sauce. This will just be the noodles boiling. It's not that exciting. This is what you came to see. And then when the pasta's ready, I got my nice big blue colander. Oh, which has an old piece of a noodle in it. Look at that. Oh, a couple pieces. Did I not wash this? No, I did. It must have been stuck in there before when I put it in the washing machine. Oh well, that's fine. It's 2 very sterile pieces of noodles. Alright, good. Just keep that in the sink. So now we want to do this. This over here. Easiest way to get into these, just slice them open. And yes, I have accidentally poked through to my hand before, if anyone's wondering. It's not fun when that happens. Alright, hold on. Put those in there, like that, in there. I'm just gonna, I'll rinse the knife off in a sec. So, then, I always get these when they're on sale. This was on sale for about half price, so normally one of these is about 18 bucks. It's on sale for what? 10? Yeah. Give or take a few cents. That's great. Piece of ground beef just flung up to the shelf there. So we just break this up. Just get in there with your hands. Doesn't have to be fancy. Obviously not while it's cooking. While it's still cold and raw, just get right in there. Don't be shy. You don't have to buy it a drink first. There you go. Good stuff. I'm just going to wash my hands and we'll get that going. Also, you may notice this here. It's got like some bits of meat stuck in it. Just get some of those out. So what I do, before I throw this in the garbage, is I actually rinse it out so that it doesn't stink up the garbage too much. Now, I was going to get a second tube of that ground beef as well, but I didn't. That's pretty much the whole story. I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, I was just washing the knife here. Alright, so we want this fairly high heat, so we're going to put it on 7, so about like medium, medium high, I guess. Just get that going. And I see the water there is starting to boil. Just going to move you guys for a sec. I just want to get some margarine out of the fridge here. Don't mind me bumping into you. Now I have to check the angle again. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so we're just going to drop some margarine in there. Some people put salt in when they make pasta. I don't put salt in, but I guess it does help the noodles absorb the water a little faster, but I don't know, it's fine. There's more than enough salt in all of the sauce we're making, so we don't need to be adding any more. Meanwhile, you can probably hear the coffee's done. I'm just going to pour myself a cup. Just got to refill the sugar. I got some Rogers granulated sugar. Oh yeah, baby. It's just, you know, the local sugar brand here in this part of the world. I'm not sure what it is. Cane sugar, I'm assuming. Doesn't specify. Just that it's Canadian. I don't know. I would assume sugar cane. I mean, that's where most sugar comes from, isn't it? Shit, I need to get back into the fridge. I need cream. Sorry, guys. Well, I guess I can put the margarine back, too. So hold on a sec. Don't mind me. Here, I'll just do this. Just tip you a little bit. Just a little tip. Here's a tip for you. Did I put the margarine back? Yes. Okay. Sorry. Just a little confused. You silly thing. Yeah, see, Duncan knows where it's at. It's all about when you go into short noodles. I mean, really, the big reason to go with short noodles is because it holds the sauce better, right? Hold on, I got a knot in my hair. I'll be right back. How are we doing here? Oh yeah, we're getting some good sizzle going already. That's excellent. Yeah, just break it all up. It'll break up, it'll crumble more as it cooks. Just gonna flip this over a little bit. Just to kind of get it started, right? Alright, meanwhile, looks like our water's ready. There, just let that go for a bit. So we're going to open up both of these. It is resealable, of course, if you don't make 1,000,000 pounds of pasta all at once. But as much as I enjoy cooking, and certainly cooking for you guys, I enjoy eating as well, and not having to put a ton of effort in. So, there's one. And there's the other. You can see why I put so much water in, eh? Yeah. Alright. So, just get in there. Make sure it's all in the water. You don't generally have to stir it too much. It's there we go. It's just enough. I've cooked this amount before. It's literally like just enough. Look at that. See? It's all in there. Meanwhile, this is going like gangbusters. This is great. It was either this or leftover stir fry, so I've been having stir fry kind of all week, so I wanted something a little different, a little heartier. I'll put some pepper in there. I like a lot of pepper. And I guess we can put some granulated garlic in there too. It is not garlic powder. It is not garlic salt. It is. That's wrong. That's not what it is. It's granulated garlic. What it actually is where did you put it? Yeah, here it is. What it actually is this stuff, sundar, which is an Indian, like East India. It's literally granulated garlic. It's so good. So good. Like you can instantly smell the difference. Like it's incredible. And it's cheap. It's actually cheaper than the regular stuff. So I just get that all the time, you know. I'm like, well, this is vastly superior. I'm just going to do that. But I always say to people, don't buy the garlic salt because they tend to put more salt than garlic in it. Salt is cheap. So if you want salt, just put salt in it yourself. And then you can control the portions, or do what I do and don't put any salt in it. You know, don't need it. Because there's plenty of salt in the sauces and everything too. So I mean, you don't need to add more. But if you want to, what I always suggest is get like the garlic powder or the granulated garlic like I do instead, because then you just have that wonderful potent garlickiness. You're only paying for garlic. And you can add salt to taste as much as you want after the fact, you know. So, yeah, this is going nicely. So once we get the meat done, the rest of the sauce doesn't actually take that long. There we go. Alright. Hunter's here. How's it going? Oh, and sorry, Duncan was saying he likes the fusilli. Yeah, fusilli's pretty good. It's a little too small for my liking. I like the noodles to be a little bigger. So when I go with kind of that type of like coily pasta or whatever you want to call it, spiral pasta, I usually go with rotini instead. See, that's an example where rotini and fusilli are clearly from the same kind of pasta family, which one is bigger than the other. So, same kind of idea. So I'm thinking cavatappi, tortiglione, and Scooby-Doo, there's some kind of similar relation there. Or it's just one of those weird things where everybody just calls it whatever the hell they want. Twisty turny good pasta. I don't know. It's weird. I'm sure there's a Wikipedia article about it somewhere. You'll probably just say tortiglione, aka cavatappi, aka Scooby-Doo, and give us no more information than that, other than acknowledgement of the different names. Just gonna have a sip of coffee. God, Rosie used my coffee spoon. This is my designated coffee spoon. No one is to touch it. It is only for me to use for my coffee. In the same dish rack was this spoon, clean, which she could have used. But Rosie gave the cat a nice fancy feast treat, and used my coffee spoon to scoop it out. And I was like, really? When there was another spoon of the same capacity right beside it, you had to go for my coffee spoon. Clearly, I need to be a little more diligent with the training. Because some rules are being forgotten. It's not the end of the world, it's more just an OCD thing. But anyway, whatever. It's my coffee spoon, damn it. Don't be touching my coffee spoon. It's literally the only utensil I'm anal about. I don't care about the rest. Alright, how are we doing here? This is looking pretty good. I'm just going to test a noodle here. We might be pretty close. It doesn't take these very long. Alright. Still al dente, I can tell, but... That's pretty close. I don't know how well you can see that. What you guys see in there? Yeah, it's not bad. See, often with these types of noodles, well, just generally when I'm doing meal prep, I try not to cook the noodles fully all the way through. Just a little bit al dente. And the reason for that is when you warm it up, it'll continue to cook a little bit in the sauce when you heat it up later. I don't store it with the sauce, but sometimes I do, and in that case I'll cook it a little more al dente, just because it's still sitting in the moisture of the sauce, even when you put it in the freezer. I mean, there's still that period before it freezes. So it's still soaking up the moisture of the sauce, right? So, and technically making the noodles softer, which you don't want. You don't want to be too soft, or when you reheat them, they'll be like all mushy. So that's no good. So you cook them a little bit al dente, and then they're very nice when you reheat them. Let me just check this again. Again, we're getting pretty close, so I kind of have to keep checking. So that's almost perfect already. Oh yeah. So these ones, what I've taken to doing is just storing the noodles dry and then storing the sauce separately, and then Rosie can just scoop however much of each she wants. And so can I. I usually take more sauce. She takes a lot of sauce, she doesn't take as many noodles. I take a pile of noodles and a pile of sauce. So at this point we're just kind of boiling off the excess liquid from literally boiling off the fat. It looks like it's almost done, actually. This ground beef is looking good. You see how easily that broke up once it started cooking? Wonderful. One of my favorite go-tos for meal prep. It's just so easy to make, and it's just so hearty. Alright, I think this is done. Yeah, I think it's done. It's getting saturated to the point where the noodles on top will be cooking by steam. perfect. And look, none stuck to the pan. Excellent. Alright, so this is just about ready. So noodles are done. But we got so much stuff left to do for the sauce. I know. But you'll see how fast it goes. We basically just need to warm everything up. That's pretty much it. Alright, so first things I usually add is the canned veggies. So we're going to do that first. Just open up the can. I'll take it over to the sink and drain the excess water out of it. Same with the mushrooms. By the time we get all this stuff ready to go, that excess liquid should be boiled off. Boy, there's a lot of steam coming off of that pasta. Pasta's in the sink right now in the colander. Holy crap. Okay, so those are ready. Just going to do the mushrooms here. What the hell? Can we actually cut the can maybe, you think? There we go, we got it. Whoa. Move this out of the way. Just bumped my coffee cup. Fancy schmancy pasta. One more. Go. Okay. Let's give this another stir here. Oh yeah, this is good. This is good. Let's do our mushrooms. Because we got them all out. Oh, come on. One little slice just refuses to come out. There we go. Okay, so just spread these around. And mix each thing in individually. Can of diced tomatoes in there. Just gonna rinse out these cans here real quick. They do go into the recycle and they appreciate it when you rinse them. You can see already there's some extra liquid just from all of this stuff, right? So, now we're going to have to get something else to stir with, I think, because it's getting to be a little heavy for the spatula. There we go. Alright. That's good. normal sort of stirring thing is in the dishwasher right now, so I guess we'll just go, yeah, we'll just go with a good old-fashioned wooden spoon. There, let's get you front and center on the frying pan there. That's where the action is. Oh yeah, look at that. It's looking good. Looking good already. Yeah, so we'll just let this simmer for a little, well, simmer at medium-high heat. We'll just let this cook for a little bit to boil off, again, some of the excess liquid, and then we should be good to go to add everything else. So all that remains is the sauce. We've got two of these, traditional Italian style, just a basic pasta sauce, nothing too fancy. There we go. I used to get 3 jars of the sauce and then realized I was spending a lot more money than I needed to. Why don't I just get a thing of diced tomatoes instead of the 3rd jar and add a few more veggies? And there we go. The diced tomatoes are a lot cheaper than a jar of pasta sauce. A jar of pasta sauce typically, if it's on sale, might be like $2, $2.50. I usually get whichever ones are on sale that week. I'm not overly picky. When it comes right down to it, Classico all the way. Love Classico. Some great flavors there. But I find that they kind of set the precedent, and a lot of the other sauce makers kind of stepped up. And like this Western Family one is actually quite good. I'd say it's almost comparable to Classico, but a little cheaper because it's the you know, sort of nationwide department store brand. Well, I guess on the West Coast anyway. I think they have it down in the States too, actually, so it's not just... Oh, did you see that? Look at that. I actually got an end of a potato there. That's alright. It's all good. All perfectly digestible. Alright, so that's coming along pretty nicely. Now, normally I would put the sauce in next. This time I'm feeling daring. So I think instead we're going to do things a little different. We're going to mix it up a bit here, folks. I just got to find my scissors. Hold on. Rosie was using them earlier. She's trying to put a picture she painted in a frame. There you go. For those who don't know who Rosie is, that's my daughter. She is a precocious teen. Should we do that now, or should we let this boil a little bit longer, maybe? There seems to be a lot of extra liquid in there. Yeah, you know what, I think we're fine. Nice thing is this is piping hot now, so it should be a good time to add the peas and carrots. Oh, see, now that probably looks excessive. Trust me, it's not. It's just right. And I don't mean the Kellogg's cereal. Let me just mix all this in. You don't want to thaw them first. You want them to thaw as they kind of cook and warm up. I mean, it's just peas and carrots. You can eat them raw, but they're frozen, so you essentially need to thaw them in the sauce. Yeah, look at that. They're thawing already. But it also cools everything a little bit, so you kind of got to let it get up to speed again, and then we can add the rest of the sauce. That was good. I mean, that looks good right there. I mean, look at that. It's so colorful and like full of texture and different flavors. And all right, so we're just gonna let that sit for a little bit, warm up, kind of heat up those frozen vegetables, and then we'll put the sauce in as the final step. Coffee. I'll be back. and cheese and crumpets. Very nice, Duncan. You know I love me some crumpets, even though I keep forgetting to get them. I should get some. Next time I'm in the mood for, like, breakfast buns, I usually get English muffins because they toast up really nice and I love to put peanut butter on them. Or bagels, ditto. Yeah, crumpets. Crumpets would be good. A tryptophobe's favorite kind of bun. Probably not. But I like it because of all the little holes that they're afraid of, because it's just more places for the peanut butter to go. So good. That's kind of why I like English muffins, actually, too, because they often have, like, holes. And it just, like, pools the peanut butter in there. This is pooling, apparently. Pooling the peanut butter, yeah. Alright, I'll be back. Quick smoke. And greetings, Hunter, by the way. I saw you went to see the new Thor movie. Lucky bum. Is it another Taika Waititi just fun fest? I'm betting it is. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure Rose is too, because Thor Ragnarok is easily one of our favorite MCU movies. If not our favorite, it's actually probably the one we've rewatched the most. Here we go, we just dump them both in there. Careful not to drop the jars in there. So, a little bit of sauce left inside. So I'll show you a little trick. There's a few ways you can do this. Good way to do it might be use tomato soup, actually. But what I do just put a little splash of water in the bottom. Put the lid on. Shake it up. And look at that. All the sauce came off the sides. Pour it into the other jar, like so. put the lid from the other jar on it. It has some sauce on it. Do the same thing. Pour the resultant slightly watery sauce into your mix. And there you go. You've made most efficient use of all of your sauce. You could go even farther with it, I'm sure, if you really wanted. Scoop it all out meticulously, get every molecule. But we're not quite that anal here. So now we just mix it all up. And this should heat up really fast because we've already had everything else heating up in here. So there we go. Looks like the peas and carrots are at the optimal temperature and presumably texture as well. They're usually pretty firm. That's a good. I find Western Family is a pretty good brand as far as the supermarket brands go. Their stuff is pretty consistently good, so I get it pretty often. And sometimes it's a significant savings, like $1 or so off of whatever the item is. Other times it's a difference of like 20 cents. Like, yeah, you know what, I'll just pay the 20 cents and get the name brand. You know, it's not that big a deal. There we go, look at that. See? That is a nice, thick, hearty sauce. Now when you use the Classico, the one big difference is the Classico tends to have more chunks of stuff in it, like chunks of vegetables and whatever the ingredients are, the particular flavor you got. So it tends to make a thicker sauce. But as I say, this is not a bad alternative, the Western Family traditional sauce. It's pretty good. I've had it a few times. Flavor-wise, it's actually really good. It has nice flavor to it. So yeah, as you can see, we're already starting to boil. So we're going to turn this down to medium. And we probably don't even need to heat this up for very long. It's probably pretty much good to go as it is. But this will make a nice stack of leftovers. This will be great. Oh yeah. Let's get my bowl. These are the bowls I use. Nice big bowls. They are, which way does this go? Yeah, like this. It's a dragon bowl. See, it has a Chinese dragon in the bottom. Very cool. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Partly because it's a cool design, and but mainly because it holds a lot of pasta. Or stir fry, or whatever we're having that day, you know. So just let this go for a little bit longer. Oh, it's popping already, jeez. Yeah, we don't want it popping because then it gets all over the stove. Oh, it's a little muggy tonight. Almost like it's summer or something. I have to give my fans another wash just to make sure they're blowing at maximum efficiency. So when I wash my fans, I actually do them in the dishwasher. You can disassemble the fan part of it, like the grill on the front and the back, and then the blades inside. They're just plastic. And then I put all those parts into the dishwasher and give them a good clean. And then it's great. And they're actually good as new, because I find even if you dust them regularly, they do tend to get kind of a stickiness to them. I guess just pulling all the sweat gunk out of the air as they're blowing the air around. But yeah, so it's I find that the dishwasher is great because it takes off all that sticky film as well as the dust, and it just leaves you with perfect, beautiful, shiny, clean fans. I think this is done. Yeah, let's just call it a day there, I think. Whoa, jeepers. Okay, just calm down. Just calm down. Getting a little out of hand here. Yeah, that's because we heated up all the interior ingredients before we put the exterior of the sauce, as it were. Alright. So, time to serve it up. And I'm just going to grab some noodles out of the colander here. And they're already sticking to each other. We're just going to break these up a little bit. Let you guys see what I'm doing here, kind of. I think you can see. So we got all the noodles in the colander. So I'm just kind of digging around and breaking them up a bit. some scoops. Nice big scoops of noodles. Yeah, this will be the heartiest meal I've had in a while. The stir fry is good, but it's not quite as hearty, so just a little bit more in there. I don't put as much in the leftovers. I tend to put like 2 scoops of noodles in the leftovers. And then, yeah. There we go, this big scoop. Get some mushrooms in there. Oh yeah. We'll do 3 scoops of sauce for roughly 4 scoops of noodles. I don't have any Parmesan before anyone asks. Sadly. But that's okay. It's alright. So then for the sauce, yeah. Just going to put the lid on it just to kind of keep it, yeah, it's steamy. And there we go. So just give this a little mix. There you go. And our microwave is broken, so basically when we want to warm this up, we'll just take like a scoop of noodles and a scoop of sauce, put it in a pot like that, and heat it up. So I'm going to take this over to the desk, and I'll bring you guys with me in just a moment. Excellent. Hi. Pardon my brow sweat. It's a little warm in the kitchen. I'm sure you understand. All right. There we go. And get our coffee and our agua. All right. So, for anyone who just walked in is wondering where we're at, we got 3.5 hours left on the clock. We've had 7.5 hours of bonus time added total, including the early bird stuff yesterday. We're hoping to hit our minimum of 8, which is something we haven't hit for a very long time. Oh, this is good. Yeah. I should put a little more pepper on it, but that's okay. Just a mix of flavors and textures. Every spoonful a different flavor sensation. That was very fun, super vibrant, a lot like Ragnarok, but also very different. Cool. And Master Collector is scaring himself awake, apparently. Well, sorry to hear that. Let's go back to the sexy mic, shall we? So I've been doing very well with donos this week, or this month, a lot better than we have in the past few months. Hoping to keep it going. The more we can do, the better, because as it stands right now, we're just barely scooching by the seat of our pants. We're hoping to do better. Bill collector is starting to breathe down my neck again. And you're growing purple carrots, Duncan. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good and hearty. Actually, doing it this way and having the pasta and sauce separate, I find it almost tastes better on the reheat. It's really good reheated. Very nummy. What else you growing, Duncan? In your garden of doom. Doomy doom. Are you growing doom? Are you growing some doom? Hope there's some doom in there. Doom can be very tasty. especially with a side of despair. Just a sprinkling of children's tears. Delicious. New Strange New Worlds is out, isn't it? I'll have to watch that tomorrow. As far as I know, by the way, we are on for Doctor Who tomorrow. Tomorrow being Sunday, by the way. Now we can see the dragon again. That's his head there, by the way. You see? You see the dragon? Yeah. There you go. That kind of curled around the bottom of the bowl. Very cool. I forget where we got these. Annetta found these somewhere. And it was one of the things I got to keep. We were very amicable about everything. There was really no issues there. It wasn't until later that the anger and animosity set in. Hi, how's it going? We're having a pretty good marathon this week. Glad you guys could join us. I'm just going to fire up the dishwasher, have a quick after dinner smoke, and then we'll jump into our game. I'm actually just going to put the pasta away too, because it's cooled enough that I can do that. I'll do the sauce later. Okay, all the noodles are in the fridge. And we'll put the sauce away a little later. So we're thinking of playing the nonary games. Sounds like an intriguing mix between Saw and Squid Game. So we'll get to that shortly. Yeah, definitely a little muggy out. It's cool, but it's like sticky. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys ready for some spooky games? Right now, middle of the night. Oh, we lost 7 people. They just couldn't wait. Well, they lost. Like, oh, the cooking's over. I'm out of here.